Welcome to the Everything Podcast, Season 3, Episode 99, recorded on the 13th of April 2024, released on the 23rd of April 2024. So as I've mentioned previously in these batch of episodes, so what I kind of have, I'm now going to have one recording day, so I make sure that I have, I record 7 episodes a week-ish, there might be 6 or 8 or... because it's basically got to do with Doctor Who, which I will explain in a future episode, because there is a particular reason why I have blocked these episodes together. So in this recording block, which will obviously be about the days, will be from when I return. We've had The Outlaws and Wonka, which were your suggestions, and in yesterday's episode I reviewed Into the Spider-Verse, and I explained the pillars of the podcast, which sounds very strange. But yes, so those pillars, just a reminder, are Neighbours, Doctor Who, DC and Marvel. And for the remaining 3 episodes of this recording block is DC movies. 23 movies. There will be after these 3 and The Flash, which is a later point just because of the length of it. It's significantly longer than the movies that I'm talking about in this episode, tomorrow's episode, and the day after tomorrow, in these 3 episodes. But that's kind of it DC movies wise until July 2025 with Superman Legacy, which Chuck did a DCEU Chapter 1 slate reveal breakdown, which it's nearly a year and a half out, not out of date, but a year and a half late. But I just kind of thought, because I was revamping the channel, the description, because it had changed slightly since I wrote that. And I was thinking, I haven't really done DC stuff, and I was like, okay, I can do that. What haven't I reviewed that is recent enough that people aren't going to go, why are they reviewing that now? That doesn't make sense. So I went with all the 2023 movies. So they are in release order, not in the order, well, most of them are in the order that they were released, is Shazam! Fury of the Gods, The Flash, Blue Beetle and Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. In today's episode, I'm going to review Shazam! Fury of the Gods. In tomorrow's episode, I'm going to review Blue Beetle. And in 2 days' time, I'm going to review Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, with the review of The Flash coming up in the near future. Without further ado, here is my review of Shazam! Fury of the Gods, which I think may be my longest review ever. We have the Shazam! Fury of the Gods titles. 2 Roman soldiers break a museum exhibit. They touch a staff member and gain powers. One of them causes a security guard to attack the people visiting the museum. The 2 dressed up Roman soldiers use their powers to cause pain to the museum visitors, which includes some of them being turned to stone. One of the stone people is killed. Billy compares himself to the Flash, Aquaman and Batman. Billy confuses a paediatrician for a therapist. The paediatrician believes that Billy is suffering from imposter syndrome. Billy explains his trauma. Explains to the paediatrician. I lost my place there, sorry about that. Billy without superpowers plays a video game. Freddy informs Billy about an incident that requires them to transform into their superpower forms. Billy says the code word that prompts all of the team to turn into their superpower versions. They all call their foster mother Mum, apart from Billy. They arrive at the incident. Several civilians attempt to not be killed by a falling bridge. Billy saves someone from plummeting to their death in their car. Freddy saves multiple people from dying. One of the team members gets distracted by kittens. Team Shazam save a lot of people from dying using their flying, super strength and super speed abilities. Freddy believes that Billy is a psychic and informs some women about this theory. Billy summons the team to reassemble. Team Shazam weren't able to stop the falling bridge from completely falling. Freddy takes part in a news interview. Team Shazam are referred to as the Philadelphia Fiascos. Team Shazam's foster parents are watching this interview. Team Shazam enter their top secret lair that their foster parents don't know about. Billy attempts to lead a team meeting. Mary informs Billy that they saved 162 people. Billy restarts the team meeting once every team member is present. Billy implies that Mary has no friends. Freddy leaves the team meeting. Each team member, apart from Billy and Mary, leaves the team meeting one by one. Billy compares Mary to Wonder Woman. Mary even reminds Billy that he will soon no longer be within the safety of the foster care system, as well as the importance of getting a job and leaving home. Billy is left alone in the top secret lair. The two fake Roman soldiers visit the wizard, who's imprisoned in a cell. The two fake soldiers are revealed as gods, as the wizard knows who they really are. The wizard unwillingly fixes the staff for the two gods. One of the gods believes their future actions will be fun. The other overrides them and reveals they have entered war. Freddy crashes into a fellow student. Two bullies introduce themselves to the fellow student. Freddy is assaulted by the bullies. One of the school teachers stops the bullies from causing more harm to Freddy. Freddy walks the fellow student to their classroom. Freddy tells the fellow student about his lunch with a couple of superheroes. Freddy introduces himself to the fellow student. The fellow student called Anne introduces herself to Freddy. Freddy lands on the floor after a ball is thrown his way by the bullies. The wizard uses his own version of magic. Billy goes on a date with Wonder Woman. The wizard warns Billy. Freddy shows the fellow student where he was sitting when he met Superman. They compare their older siblings. Billy tells Freddy about his recent encounter with the wizard. Billy tells Team Shazam about the wizard's warning. Team Shazam attempts to figure out who and what the Daughters of Atlas are. They're the villains of this movie. Pedro introduces Team Shazam to Steve, who is a talking, like a conscious pen, not a talking pen, but it like writes, like you communicate with the pen. Freddy continues to meet up with a fellow student. Freddy's alter ego introduces himself to the fellow student. Team Shazam insult Billy's intelligence. Team Shazam find out about the events of the first scene of the movie. A flashback scene from Shazam is shown. Team Shazam work out that the fellow student that Freddy is with is one of the Daughters of Atlas. The Daughters of Atlas attack Freddy. One of Freddy's teachers kills himself because of some mind control. The Daughter of Atlas blackmailed Team Shazam. The Daughters of Atlas seal. I was right. I read my review. I was like, that's not right, but yes, I corrected it, but it didn't need to be corrected. So let me repeat that sentence. The Daughters of Atlas seal part of Earth into a dome. Freddy's in the same prison as the wizard. The wizard is annoyed about Freddy being in the same prison as him. Freddy suggests multiple escape plans. The wizard declines all of them. Team Shazam writes a letter to the Daughters of Atlas. Freddy uses the information that one of the Daughters of Atlas told him to his advantage. The Daughters of Atlas receive Team Shazam's letter. One of the Daughters of Atlas saves Freddy and the wizard. Billy meets up with one of the Daughters of Atlas. Team Shazam fight the Daughters of Atlas. Team Shazam jail one of the Daughters of Atlas. This Daughter of Atlas has escaped and stolen something from Team Shazam. Team Shazam even. Freddy and the wizard plan on getting it back. Billy saves Freddy. Billy gets the stolen item and his powers back. Team Shazam reveal themselves to their foster parents. A creature destroys Team Shazam's house. Billy chooses to save Mary over collecting the stolen item. The Daughters of Atlas seem to succeed in their mission. A lion creature attacks some humans. Some other living things attack different humans. Freddy's fellow student tells Freddy her real age. Billy tries to convince the wizard to withdraw his powers. Billy says goodbye to his foster mother, who for the first time he calls Mum. One of the Daughters of Atlas is killed. Team Shazam saves multiple people. Team Shazam issues an order to their foster parents. Billy fights the ultimate creature. An army of unicorns help Team Shazam. Billy resurrects the previously dead Daughter of Atlas. Billy, sorry, lost my place there. Billy saves Freddy, his fellow student. Billy attempts to outsmart one of the daughters of Atlas. Another of the daughters of Atlas even does the same as Billy. Billy says goodbye to his family. Billy successfully defeats the rogue daughter of Atlas. Billy sacrifices his life so that all his family can live. Wonder Woman appears. Billy is alive. Billy meets Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman. Team Shazam get their powers back. Team Shazam's foster parents have their house back. Freddy and one of the daughters of Atlas seem to be together. The wizard says goodbye to Team Shazam, and Billy meets some of the members of Team Peacemaker. That is my review for Shazam! Fury of the Gods. I should mention that the 2023 DC movies take part in the DCEU. Now that finished with Aquaman and Lost Kingdom, which we'll be reviewing in 2 days' time. So yeah, things a little bit. It's a brand new universe from actually something that's coming out this year, which was talked about in the DCU Chapter 1 state review. I'm not plugging it or anything. Which is Creature Commandos, which we know is coming out in autumn 2024, before Superman Legacy, which comes out on the 11th of July 2025. That's pretty much it for this episode. So remember, you can also like, comment and subscribe. Put any comments, put any suggestions in the comments below, or put a comment anyway. And yeah, you can do all of that. Remember to like, comment and subscribe. And that's it for the Everything Podcast, Season 3, Episode 99. Goodbye.
Welcome.
Welcome to the Everything Podcast, Season 3, Episode 100, recorded on the 13th of April 2024, released on the 24th of April 2024. So before we get into the main topic, as you heard there, it's the 100th episode of Season 3. Now, I have in the past done milestone episodes, but it will then push like all the review stuff a day, and then it takes forever to figure out. So I kind of just thought, I'm going to mention it now. It's the 100th episode of the podcast. Thank you to every viewer, commenter, liker, subscriber, to Matthew for animating the episodes, to everyone who makes this podcast well, this channel, isn't it? It's not a podcast, it's a visual podcast, is what I would say. Or yeah, YouTube channel. Thank you. So thank you. But yes, in this episode, as I mentioned in yesterday's episode, I didn't mention what it is, but I mentioned that I'll be doing DC movies, kind of in release order, but not. So in yesterday's episode, I reviewed Shazam! Fury of the Gods. Then next up is The Flash, which I'm not doing yet, because it's a little bit longer than the other two movies. So that's coming up a little bit later on. So next up is Blue Beetle, and that's the movie that I'm going to be reviewing in this episode. Without further ado, here is... Oh, my laptop's doing strange things, bear with me. Here is my review of Blue Beetle. A group of people are searching for a particular item. This item is known as the Scarab. Even. Title sequence. Hammy reunites with his family. Hammy's family fills him in on what has happened whilst being at college. Hammy talks to his sister about his planned new life for their family. Hammy's sister gets Hammy a job. Cord Industries is making suits to attach to each human to turn them into soldiers. Hammy and his sister have been fired. Hammy gets someone's phone number. Hammy catches up with his father. Hammy's family support Hammy's life choices, including taking up on the offer of the person who asked for his phone number. The Cord Industries receptionist repeatedly gets Hammy's name wrong. Someone steals the Scarab. Hammy is gifted the Scarab. The Scarab attacks Hammy. The Scarab attaches itself to Hammy. Hammy has his own superhero suit. The suit has an AI voice within it that only Hammy can hear. Hammy is forced to fly. Hammy goes on a world trip as his suit attempts to get him home, which includes crashing a car. Hammy slices a bus in half. Hammy returns home. Hammy collapses. Hammy compares his abilities to Superman's. Hammy runs away from home to find Jenny Cord. Hammy's car is being shot at. Hammy shows Jenny that the Scarab is now attached to him. Hammy, Jenny and Hammy's family plan on stealing something from Cord Industries. Jenny's auntie is searching. Sorry for the long. I just was checking I was in the right place. Jenny's auntie is searching for Jenny and Hammy. Cord Industries' CCTV has been hacked. Jenny tells Hammy about the history of Cord Industries. Hammy fights one of Jenny's auntie's henchmen. Hammy convinces his suit to not kill this henchman. Hammy and the henchman's fight continues. Hammy's family and Jenny save Hammy. Hammy and his family find out that Jenny's father was the previous Blue Beetle. A man told that Hammy now has, aka the name of the film Blue Beetle. Hammy skin can heal itself immediately. Hammy, that would be helpful, like if you fall over or anything. Hammy asks Jenny about her mother. Hammy's connection to the Scarab seems to be eternal. Jenny's auntie and her soldiers surround Hammy's family home. Hammy activates his powers by jumping off a roof. The soldiers kidnap Hammy's family. Hammy destroys the soldiers and rescues his family. Hammy's dad dies. Hammy's family home is on fire. Hammy is kidnapped. Hammy's family plan on rescuing Hammy. Jenny helps Hammy's family. Jenny and Hammy's family fly a spaceship. Hammy's family and Jenny equip themselves with weapons. Jenny's auntie's plan may kill Hammy. The spaceship can move by itself. Hammy is continually electrocuted. Hammy finds out about his father's death. Hammy accepts the mantle of Blue Beetle. Hammy escapes from his prison. Jenny seems to sacrifice herself to save Hammy's family. Hammy's family save Hammy. Hammy's grandmother shoots some of the soldiers. Jenny is alive but is subsequently kidnapped. Hammy's suit currently isn't working. Hammy's sister fights the soldiers. Hammy's suit is back operational. Hammy fights the soldiers. Hammy and his family reunite. Hammy fights Jenny auntie's upgraded henchman. Hammy's uncle saves Hammy. Jenny's auntie believes she has succeeded. Jenny fights her auntie. Hammy's suit stops Hammy from killing, so like in a reverse to the previous scene. Hammy is shown this man's memories. Jenny stops her auntie from winning. Jenny saves Hammy from being blown up. Hammy reunites with his family. Jenny is now the head of Cord Industries. Jenny buys Hammy's uncle a new car. Hammy and Jenny kiss. Hammy's family see this, and Jenny's father is alive. That's it for my review of Blue Beetle. So yes, we've only got one more DC movie two, but one coming up like tomorrow, which will be Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, which is actually the final DC movie in this universe. So there'll be no DC. Actually, no, there is a DC movie coming out this year, which I won't be reviewing because I haven't seen the first one, which is Joker 2, titled Joker Feleju, I think. So yeah, and the next like proper DC movie that's like part of the main universe, or actually kicking off the main universe, is Superman Legacy, which has been written and directed by James Gunn, coming out on July 11th, 2025. If you want any more information about any of that upcoming slate, go and check out my DCU Chapter 1 slate reveal, which was one of Chuck's episodes, because that was during the time where I wasn't able to record. But that's kind of it for this episode. So let me know in the comments below what you thought about this episode. Here we go, we're getting back. I'm kind of getting back. So yeah, in the comments below, let me know what you thought about this episode. What you thought about Blue Beetle if you watched it, my review if you didn't. I remember in the comments below you could also suggest any TV show or movie for me to review. You can do all of that in the comments below. Remember, you can also like, comment and subscribe. And that's it for the Everything Podcast, Season 3, Episode 100. Welcome to the Everything Podcast, Season 3, Episode 101, recorded on the 13th of April 2024, released on the 25th of April 2024. So there's about 12 days, no, it's not about, there is 12 days between record and release date, because as I mentioned in previous episodes, I'm now going to record all of the week's episodes in one day, so I know that episodes are going to be coming out. Like I've also previously mentioned, Chuck Manatee has stepped in when I have been unable to record. Now that might have to happen again, but it won't be for it was about 4-ish weeks. Well, it's still ongoing when I'm recording this because because I wrote all the reviews, I just wasn't able to record them. That I sent more than I thought I had. So when I kind of was like, okay, I'm going to be able to record again, when, how, and where do I start? Because I could have, and it could have been tomorrow's episode from when I recorded this on the 14th of April. It was well, I've already got these reviews, so I might as well wait until all those reviews are done. So I would have had to have done them anyway, so they're there anyway. So yes. But yes, the recording blocks isn't particularly going to mean much to you. I just thought I should mention it, because you go, okay, so you recorded all of those episodes which are but then what happens? So I just thought I'd mention it. But in this episode, in the final episode of this block, me recording on the 13th of April 2024, it's Aquaman and Lost Kingdom, because in 2 episodes ago I reviewed Shazam! Fury of the Gods. The Flash will be reviewed in a later episode, and in yesterday's episode I reviewed Blue Beetle as part, because I kind of was I need to do more DC stuff, because I keep saying it's one of the pillars, but I don't do DC as much. Doctor Who and Neighbours are they're definitely the 2 biggest ones, and then Marvel and DC. But Marvel is kind of a bit iffy, and DC there's not been very much to do, so I've kind of figured out a way to do it going forward. And if you want to know about the future of DC, go and check out my DCEU Chapter 1 Slate Reveal Breakdown, which actually Chuck recorded that episode, because that was during the time I was unable to do so. Without further ado, here is my review of Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. Several people are attacked and held hostage. Arthur fights with the people that attacked the other people. Arthur shows this fight in action figure form to his son. Arthur recounts the events of Aquaman. Arthur is the king of Atlantis. Arthur mentions the positives of being a superhero. Arthur and his father drink together. Arthur finds out about his son's love of underwater creatures. We then have the title sequence. Black Manta's suit is broken. Black Manta wants to kill Arthur. 2 explorers believe they have found the location of Atlantis. These explorers seem to fall to their death. These explorers are actually still alive. Yay. These explorers theorise what happened. One of these explorers is taken by a mysterious creature. Black Manta helps the remaining explorer search for this creature. The explorer and Black Manta re-encounter the creature. Black Manta finds and reassembles a trident. Black Manta gets the offer of getting the option to kill Arthur at a later date. A time jump of 5 months occurs. Atlantis suffers from a plague outbreak. Arthur suggests that Atlantis is no longer a secret. Arthur and his father talk about parenting. Arthur's father gives Arthur some advice. The explorer mentions Black Manta's increased intelligence since obtaining the trident. Black Manta and his team search for something and infiltrate Atlantis. Atlantis attempts to protect itself with its weapons arsenal. Inhabitants of Atlantis help to protect it from Black Manta and his team. Arthur re-encounters Black Manta. Arthur attempts to stop a crashing spaceship. Inhabitants of Atlantis attempt to figure out Black Manta's motivation for invading Atlantis. Arthur figures out Black Manta's plan. The inhabitants of Atlantis hatch a plan to help Arthur rescue his villainous brother undetected. This plan is successful. Arthur and his brother escape being captured. Arthur's brother saves Arthur. Arthur and his brother return to Atlantis. A man suggests that Arthur gives up being king of Atlantis. Arthur's brother has previously met Black Manta. Black Manta gives the explorer the option to leave. He declines this option and chooses to stay. Arthur's brother tricks Arthur. Arthur and his brother fight some non-human species. Arthur and his brother find the location of the man they are looking for. Arthur and his brother talk about Earth food. Arthur's brother tries a cockroach. Arthur and his brother encounter giant animals. Arthur's brother learns how to run. Arthur causes an accident that leads to a discovery of a bridge. Arthur and his brother kill some of the giant animals. The explorer finds the trident that Black Manta has acquired. Black Manta catches him doing this and subsequently reveals his desire to kill Aquaman. Arthur tells his brother that he doesn't particularly like being king of Atlantis. Atlantis and his brother knock out some guards. The explorer threatens Arthur and his brother. Arthur's brother stops Arthur from knocking out the explorer. Black Manta's team attack Arthur, his brother, and the explorer. Arthur and his brother return the favour. Arthur saves his brother. Arthur and his brother stop Black Manta's team. Arthur and his brother come face to face with Black Manta. Arthur and his brother fight Black Manta. Arthur, his brother, and Black Manta's current location is being blown up. Black Manta escapes. Arthur backs his brother to several individuals. Arthur's brother seems to remember another world known as Lost Kingdom, as with the title of the movie, Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, instead of something like Aquaman 2. Arthur's brother explains the origins of the trident that Black Manta currently possesses. Arthur's mother and brother work out Black Manta's true intentions. Arthur's father is stabbed. Black Manta seems to kidnap Arthur's son. Arthur finds out about these events. Arthur's brother promises to protect Arthur. Arthur and his brother hatch a plan to bring Arthur's son home. The explorer finds the Lost Kingdom, as does Arthur and his brother. Arthur's brother saves someone. The explorer tricks Black Manta. Black Manta tases the explorer. Arthur saves his son. The explorer helps Arthur. Arthur's wife saves Arthur. Arthur and his wife reunite with their son. Arthur's brother turns evil. Arthur's brother resurrects an evil army. Arthur's brother turns good again, returning the trident to Arthur. Arthur uses both tridents to defeat true evil. Black Manta chooses to die rather than accept Arthur's help. Arthur, his brother, his wife, his son, and the explorer are all rescued. Arthur decides that Arthur's brother doesn't need to return to prison. Arthur's brother gives Arthur some advice. Atlantis has chosen to reveal itself to the rest of planet Earth. Arthur introduces himself to Earth. That is my review of Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. And as I have mentioned, that's it for this production block. Now I'm getting into kind of like TV stuff. No, that's it for this like recording block. So like it obviously won't be say that the 13th of April in the intro. I won't say that. It's the week after, which is next week when I'm recording, which will be the 20th. So what have we got to look forward to? So you have got Captain Marvel, The Boys Diabolical. Yeah, and The Boys Diabolical. That's what's coming up in the next production block, which will be coming up like from tomorrow. So tomorrow will be Captain Marvel, then The Boys Diabolical. And The Boys Diabolical are like 10 to 15 minute episodes, so they're quite quick reviews, which is why they're coming up now. You might be going, and Captain Marvel I'll explain why I've done that separately, differently to all of the other ways of doing it. But yeah, so let me know what you thought about Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom if you've watched it, my review if you didn't, and remember you can put any TV show or movie recommendations in the comments below of any video, and you can do all of those things in the comments below. Remember, you can also comment, and subscribe, and that's it for the Everything Podcast, Season 3, Episode 101. Goodbye. Welcome to the Everything Podcast, and in today's episode I'm going to be reviewing the Flash movie, and this will actually be my final DC review of a DCU project because well, it's not the last film. Command and the Lost Kingdom was. Blue Beetle before that. The Flash, which I'm reviewing today, and Shazam! Fury of the Gods were the last four, obviously in reverse order. But yeah, so my next new DC review will be Creature Commandos, I would imagine, whenever that comes out at some time later in this year. If you want to know more about the future of DC, go and check my DCU Chapter 1 slate reveal, which I will probably link to this video somewhere. But that's not what I'm here to talk about today. I'm here to talk about the Flash movie. So before we get to the review and cast list for the Flash movie, it is time for the Flash movie trailer. Here it is. Oh, no, what have I done? I've done something which I don't like. There we go. Here we go. Here is the Flash movie trailer.
I lost my parents. That pain made me who I am. I spent a lifetime trying to right the wrongs of the past. As if fighting crime would bring my parents back. You actually did it.
I can't imagine what you've been through.
I love you, Mikey.
You lost both parents in one day.
Hurry! Calling on now! I went back in time to save my parents. But instead, I completely broke the universe.
If you went back and changed the past,
this world must die.
You changed the future. Do you know what this symbol stands for? It means hope, right? I will help you fight Zod.
you want to get nuts? Let's
You're strapped to your parachutes.
Where's yours?
That was the trailer for the Flash movie. So there we go. So yes, the Flash movie. For it, you may not have seen it, and if you haven't seen it, that is due to copyright reasons. So I've removed it from the episode so that the episode is able to be uploaded to YouTube, basically. But yes, so that's for the trailer. So yeah. But next up as the cast list, yes. I'm still getting used to the new format of the podcast, so that's why I'm not entirely sure. So Ezra Miller plays Barry Allen and the Flash. Sasha Calais plays Kara Zor-El and Supergirl. Michael Shannon plays General Zod. Um, Ron Livingston plays Henry Allen. Maribel Verdot as Nora Allen. Kirsty Clemens plays Iris West. Auntie Tulru as Farah Yulo. Michael Keaton as Bruce Wayne and Batman. And there should also be Ben Affleck as Bruce Wayne and Batman. And the writer of the writers of the Flash movie are Christina Hodson, John Francis Daly, Jonathan Goldstein, and Joby Harold. The director of the Flash movie was Andy Muschietti, who I believe is directing Batman: The Brave and the Bold for the DCU. Again, plugging the DCU Chapter 1 State Reveal video, which I did a while ago, to go and to check that out. The synopsis for the Flash movie is that Barry Allen uses his super speed to change the past, but his attempt to save his family creates a world without superheroes, forcing him to race to save the future. The Flash movie was released on the 16th of June 2023. My opinion on the Flash movies, I love this film, and I liked the inclusions of Sasha Calle's Kara and Michael Keaton's Bruce, and I enjoyed the scenes between the Barrys. But without further ado, here's my review for the Flash movie. Barry is running late for work. Barry waits in a queue for his coffee. Barry details his order to the staff member. Alfred rings Barry. Alfred informs Barry about a robbery currently taking place. Barry puts on his superhero costume. Some Flash fans appear. We then have the title sequence. Barry saves a man. Ben Affleck's Bruce Wayne is riding the Batbike. Bruce causes several car crashes. Bruce is being shot at. Barry attempts to stop a hospital from collapsing. Alfred is proud of Barry being able to save everyone. Barry suggests that a woman get in touch with a counsellor. Bruce fights with criminals on a road. Diana saves Bruce and the man. I should mention that this is Diana Prince, who is Wonder Woman, played by Gal Gadot, and that seems to be similar to Ben Affleck and Ezra Miller, I think, and pretty much all the cast in this film, kind of their last appearance. And then, well, at the moment, as we know, saves Bruce and the man. Diana reunites with Barry. Barry arrives at work. Barry's boss, Barry's Bruce, what even English is that? Barry's boss yells at and gives advice to Barry. Barry and Iris reunite. Barry returns home. Barry speaks to his father. In a flashback scene, Barry's mother is alive and Barry's father is not in prison. Also in this scene, Barry's mother is murdered. Barry runs back in time. Barry tells Bruce about this. Bruce gives Barry some time travel advice. Barry uses his power to get Iris the drink, or his powers to get Iris the drink she wants, because he has more than one power, doesn't he? Iris apologizes to Barry. Barry runs back in time to the day his mother was murdered. Barry changes history so his mother wasn't murdered and his therefore still alive, and his father never went to prison for the yeah, I'll explain that later on because I mentioned it. An evil speedster attacks Barry. Barry scares his mother. Barry meets himself. Older Barry tells younger Barry. Now, I did this. Actually, no, I'll read the sentence and I'll go through it. Older Barry tells younger Barry what's happened. Now, I dictated them because otherwise it would sound weird. Barry tells Barry this, like it'd be kind of like a monologue, but it's not. It's the same character, but at two different points. So I was thinking about this, like, imagine I think it's about 10 years. The younger Barry is 10 years younger than the older Barry. So kind of imagine what you would. I was thinking about this like 10 years ago, what you would be telling yourself basically. Younger Barry gets older Barry to demonstrate his powers. Older Barry contemplates drugging younger Barry. Younger Barry tells older Barry about his date with Iris. Problem with older Barry and younger Barry is it becomes very complicated with loads of Barrys. And yes, it's a bit of a tongue twister, but it's what I've had to go with, so it actually makes sense. Older Barry explains to younger Barry the potential consequences of his actions. The Barrys break into the police station where older Barry works. The Barrys get hit by lightning. Older Barry attempts to phase. Older Barry loses his powers. Younger Barry realizes he has power. He has powers. Younger Barry tests his powers. Younger Barry is on fire. Younger Barry causes an explosion. Younger Barry phases. Older Barry gives younger Barry his suit. Younger Barry references Back to the Future. Older Barry realizes that Zod is on his way to Earth, who has been previously seen in 2013's Man of Steel, speaking about 10, 11 years ago. Older Barry explains who Superman is to younger Barry. Older Barry has has his powers during the events of Man of Steel. Younger Barry introduces several people to older Barry. Older Barry tries to find the other members of the Justice League to help him stop Zod. Older Barry has changed history by saving his mother. One of these changes involves different actors playing the lead roles. In movie franchises, the Barrys are looking for this world's Batman. The Barrys are attacked. The Barrys meet this world's Bruce Wayne / Batman. Barry understand. No, let me reread that sentence because that's wrong. Bruce understands what Older Barry has done and the consequences of his actions. Older Barry explains who Superman is to Bruce. Younger Barry works out that Bruce Wayne is Batman. Bruce declines helping the Barrys. The Barrys find the Batcave. Younger Barry finds the Batmobile. The Barrys argue. Older Barry asks Bruce for help. Bruce owns multiple Batsuits. Bruce agrees to help the Barrys find Superman. Bruce and the Barrys parachute from the Batplane. Younger Barry saves Older Barry from being killed. Older Barry throws up. Bruce fights some soldiers. Bruce and Younger Barry fight more soldiers. Younger Barry gets shot. Bruce and the Barrys find a way to escape a building. The Barrys and Bruce have guns aimed at them. Kara attacks the soldiers. Kara faints. Kara scares the Barrys. Kara introduces herself to the Barrys. Kara regains her powers. Younger Barry explains the human race to Kara. Older Barry tells Bruce his plan on how to regain his powers. Bruce offers to help Older Barry regain his powers. Younger Barry learns that Older Barry has created this world by saving his mother, or their mother, from being murdered. Kara witnesses Zod land on Earth. Older Barry attempts to regain his powers. This attempt is unsuccessful. Kara helps Older Barry. Younger Barry makes himself a superhero suit. Younger Barry shows off his suit to Older Barry. Kara agrees to help the Barrys fight Zod. Bruce agrees to help the Barrys and Kara. Older Barry reveals the plan to Younger Barry. Kara destroys a missile. Kara confronts Zod. The Barrys fight the Kryptonian army. Younger Barry is wounded. Kara yells at Zod. Kara fights Zod. Where are we up to? Oh yes, Bruce fights several spaceships. Zod steals Kara's blood. The Barrys learn that both Bruce and Kara are dead. The Barrys run back in time to save Kara and Bruce. Bruce dies again. The Barrys fight Zod. Younger Barry repeatedly runs back in time to try and save Kara and Bruce. Older Barry tells Younger Barry that Bruce and Kara dying is inevitable, like their mother being murdered. Older Barry fights an evil speedster. The evil speedster is a future version of Barry. A different version of both Superman and Kara appear. Nicolas Cage's Superman appears. Evil future Barry vanishes. Younger Barry dies. Younger Barry sacrifices to save this universe. Older Barry says goodbye to his mother. Older Barry puts the events into motion that leads to his mother's death. Older Barry returns home and everything is as it should be. Barry's father is proved innocent on murdering Barry's mother. Barry asks Iris on a date. Iris accepts. George Clooney's Bruce Wayne appears, and finally, Aquaman appears. That is it for my review of the Flash movie. So, as always, let me know what you thought about the episode. Let's start that again. Let me know what you thought about the Flash movie if you watched in the comments below. If you watched it, my review, if you didn't, as I just mentioned, you can do both those things in the comments below as well. Anything you want me to cover on the channel. It could be a TV show, it could be a movie, it could be something completely out there. I don't mind. I tend to do all of them, or I've got a plan to do all of them. So yes, and remember, you can also like, comment, and subscribe. And that's it for this episode of the Everything Podcast. Goodbye.